Hey, so spoilers for both Orphan and Orphan First Kill, which I have just watched recently. The first of which was a rewatch, the second obviously wasn't. But the interesting thing with the Orphan franchise, I guess I'll call it, is that I was never really a fan. I was never really interested in First Kill having come out. I just didn't really care. But then I rewatched the first one just because I was curious and I was thinking about seeing it because I like going to the movies and stuff. And look, the thing that I remembered about the first Orphan film is that I found the twist ending to be absolutely ridiculous and laughable. If you've seen it, you would know, and I'm assuming that you know. The twist is that Esther, the orphan of the film, is not actually a child and has some sort of issue with her body that makes her look like a child, but actually she's like this conniving psychopath who takes advantage of anybody that she can as she slays her way through families and kills people constantly. And I remember watching that when I was a teenager. I think the movie came out in 2009. I think I didn't watch it till 2010. And I just thought it was absolutely ridiculous. You know, I think I was just going in expecting, I don't know, a demon to be possessing her or some shit. And maybe I was disappointed by that or something. But nowadays, a twist being that the threat actually isn't supernatural, that something else much more interesting is going on, is so much better in my mind. And yeah, having rewatched that first Orphan film, I was like, this is brilliant. I knew going in what the twist was the whole time, but as I was watching it, I was like, this is brilliant. And also it has great actors like Vera Farmiga in it, and if that's how you say her last name. And it's just a quality film. It's pretty damn good. And so after I watched that, I was fucking looking forward to seeing First Kill. And you know what? First Kill might just be even better. First Kill manages to be a film that really actually adds a lot of character to Esther, but doesn't ruin anything. It doesn't kind of retroactively take things back. It doesn't screw around. As a prequel, it is really strong and it really only adds to the character. It almost adds sympathy to Esther in some ways, because in this film, the twist isn't on the titular orphan this time. The twist is on the main family that she is infiltrating, which I found really interesting and never saw coming, as the mother character kind of is just as much of a psychopath as Esther is, which I found to be really interesting. And then their whole kind of face-off towards each other was some of the absolute best stuff in both of these films, if you ask me. But that's really what made this film. Like, I thought that it was just gonna be silly, creepy girl stuff. But these movies are really marketed a little bit inaccurately, because they make it look like it's like, this is a ghost girl, she's gonna kill everybody, and like, it's all about the violence and scares and stuff. But no, these aren't really horror movies. They're more like psychological con artist movies. They're all about tricking people. They're all about how she can kind of sell her lies so that she can continue to, you know, profit off of other people and take advantage of anybody that she can, as she is just this opportunist. You know, she will basically do whatever she can to get herself on top. She wants to feel powerful. She wants to feel loved. She wants to be looked after. She wants to make money. She wants to do all these sorts of different things, and the only way that she knows how to do that, because she is in a child's body, is by tricking people. And I find that really fascinating. It's kind of like she doesn't have any other choice. What else is she meant to do? Sure, the killing is inexcusable, of course, but like, I just find the character even more fascinating now after having watched First Kill, because I'm like, yeah, I mean, I can see why she does what she does in a way. I don't think that you can really fully sympathize with the character, or any of the characters in First Kill, actually, and that's something else that I really loved about it as well. It's definitely very morally grey. Nobody is the good guy. You don't know who to root for. They're all bad people. I love movies like that. I think that they are endlessly fascinating when you're not really sure who to root for. I just really love that stuff. The one issue that I have with this series, just speaking of all the killing that Esther does, is just that. I actually think that these films would be more interesting if she wasn't a full-fledged psychopath who kills people. I know that's weird coming from me, the biggest fan of franchises like Saw and Dexter and stuff. I like my kills in my media and stuff, but the kills that Esther does always feels a little bit unnecessary, and it ends up feeling more like a marketing ploy just so that they can show that this is a violent horror film and you should go see it for that reason. It's a creepy haunted girl and whatever, but that's really not what it is. It's really just more about her lies and her conniving ways and everything, and how she can use the underestimation that people put on her to her advantage. You know, she definitely gets above people however she can in any way. So when people see that there's just this small child, they think, oh, that's no threat, obviously, and then that's when she strikes. And I think that that is interesting. I think that her whole kind of motivation is very interesting. What she's trying to do, why she's tricking these families. But then when she randomly kills people, I'm like, is she really? Like, it doesn't feel true to me that she's just gonna randomly kill people. I can understand why she kills people in the moment. Like, the main plot of First Kill is basically that she wants to kill the mother and the son so that she can be with the dad. That makes a lot of sense to me. But early on in the film, she follows this psychiatrist lady home and kills her for no reason. And I'm like, I don't really get that. I feel like that's not true to the character a little bit. But that's probably a total nitpick, and probably nobody else thinks this. Either way though, I actually am such a huge fan of these Orphan films now. They are so much more clever than I thought they were going to be. So much more ridiculous as well though. Like during First Kill especially, I was laughing throughout it, I have to admit. But I think I was laughing with it, not quite at it. Like, I just think that all of the kind of extreme extents that she would go to just to sell all the lies that she's trying to sell and everything, it was just also over the top and silly and hilarious, but it was also really clever writing, and also all of the actors really sold it, which surprised me, especially when it came to, I don't remember the actor's name, sorry, but the woman that plays Esther. I was like, how the fuck are you gonna make this work? This makes absolutely no sense. And I thought it was interesting how the kind of problem was the opposite of what it was last time for the original film. In the original film, she's a child, and then at the end they have to sell her as being not a child. And it worked. You know, she's this creepy adult woman who, like, it really worked. But now that she actually is 30 odd years old and still has to look like a child, they had to sell it the opposite way. And I was like, I just don't get it. How are you going to make a prequel of Orphan now? It makes no sense. I thought it was such a weird choice, and it's such a weird kind of thing to try and make into a franchise as well, because who's nostalgic for Orphan from 2009? Anyone? Maybe, but I certainly wasn't. But that fucking turned me around. They sold me on everything. I don't know quite how they did it. I've heard that some CGI was involved. I'm sure that, I don't know, she was probably just on her knees to look shorter than people just off screen and we couldn't see that stuff. I'm sure there were lots of little tricks they did to sell it, but man, did they sell it. It all looked really believable, and I was just really creeped out by that and fascinated by that, and I just thought that that was done really, really well. Basically, Orphan and Orphan First Kill are absolute classics in my mind nowadays. I think that these are films that I'm definitely going to rewatch at some point, and I underestimated them. I just thought that they were creepy demon girl movies and that they were just kind of going to be sort of stupid. Even though I had seen the first and did know the original twist, I still falsely remembered them as being these vaguely supernatural, kind of just stupid films. But I do think that they are so much more than that. I do think that they are stupid, but I think they kind of revel in the stupid, if that makes any sense. I think that they really lean into what the films are about. I think that they have fun with the fact that this is kind of a child killing people. And I enjoy that, I guess. But more than the killing people, I enjoy how she just gets away with everything. And that's something about Esther as well that is endlessly frustrating, but also really fun to watch on screen as well as it all plays out. She just gets away with everything.
She can't keep getting away with it!
And it's just, you can understand how the characters who kind of, you know, can see under the veil and know who she is, she knows what she is. You can see how it can make them look crazy. Nobody will believe them and stuff because, of course, to everybody else, it's just a child. I just think that that's just a lot of fun. These are really fun psychological thriller con artist films rather than just being, I don't know, demonic horror films. And I think that that is a really good thing, and I really enjoy that about these films. But I think that's about it, so I'm gonna go. But before I do, please
do the things.
Like, comment, share, subscribe, all that shit. I'm out. Goodbye.